In the drawing, we're now going to create our first cul-de-sac. So we need to zoom over to the end of row 2 in the top left-hand corner of the drawing. You'll see that we have a green polyline. Now this polyline is just there to demonstrate where we need our cul-de-sac. We're not actually going to use it, but it also acts as a useful template to see that we've got our cul-de-sac basically at the right shape. To begin with, what we do is pop up to the Network Strings pull down and we click on the cul-de-sac button. Once we've done that, we're basically prompted to either select a cul-de-sac to edit down in the command line, or press enter if we're creating a new cul-de-sac. So we're creating a new one, we're going to press enter. The cul-de-sac form is broken down into two parts. The items on the left refer to the creation of the alignment for the string, or cul-de-sac string. Everything on the right hand side is referring to the string creation sitting on top of the alignment. So we're going to focus first of all on the alignment. First of all, let's provide a name for the cul-de-sac. This is going to be the name for the alignment that gets created and the string. Next, we're going to choose the incoming road string. So this will only work with a road string. So we've got two options. We can either pick road 2 from the pull down, but if you've got many different road strings on your project, you can go and pick it from the drawing. So we're going to try that now. We're going to left click on the picker tool and then left click close to the alignment for road 2. You can see there that road 2 has been provided. When we pick in the drawing, the attachment option gets automatically chosen. So we can have a cul-de-sac at the start of our road string and at the end of our road string. When we click on our road 2 road string, we click very close to the end. So the software prompts us to use the end of the road string. The match to code is derived immediately from your active settings. So when we created curve returns, intersections, we were prompted for a code, and this code is derived straight from your active settings. So if you want your alignment to be connected to your ETW and the geometry to be drawn to the ETW, then you can use that, or you can choose another if you wish, but we're going to leave this as ETW. Underneath we have a suite of different options to create the geometry, and if you have a look through each of them, you'll see that as we move our mouse within each of the cells, we're getting the hover graphic and also the help text help us understand which part of the cul-de-sac geometry we are editing. We're going to focus first of all on the circle option. Go ahead and complete the cells as follows. So we've completed 4 of the cells. First of all, the start station. So this dictates where the tangent point of your cul-de-sac will begin. Now if you want to zoom, at this point you'll need to use the little zoom button which is found in the bottom right hand corner of the form. I'm going to left click on that. Then simply use my pan, which is holding down the mouse wheel to pan the drawing across, and maybe zoom in a little bit and press space or escape to finish. So we could pick the start point of our cul-de-sac from the drawing or type in a station. Radius 1, 2 and 3 have been entered. If we wanted to have an offset center point for this cul-de-sac, we could put in a positive number, maybe 2 to indicate 2 feet, or -2, which would basically put the center point to the left of the center line as we look at it. When we choose use pass-through point, you'll notice that the start station option becomes blanked out. This is because this is an alternative way of choosing where your cul-de-sac is positioned along the road string. So use pass-through point is basically saying, where do I want radius 2 to be crossing over my road string centerline? So if at this point, if we go ahead and pick that particular location, and I'm just free clicking here, I'm not going to snap, you'll see that the cul-de-sac will be crossing through that particular location, essentially drawn back along the road string. Now we're going to stick with the start station, so I'm going to uncheck use pass through, and we're going to be using the start station value chosen. This whole process is to create the alignment that the string will be positioned on. So go ahead and click on Create Update Alignment on the far right hand corner of the form. Depending on what platform you're using, an alignment will now be drawn in the drawing environment for you. At any point, if you want to make adjustments to the geometry, you can go ahead and do that. So you could go and change the start station or any of the radius values, or for that matter, go and change the actual type and click on Create Update Alignment to have your alignment geometry changed. Just to show you how this works, what we're going to do is change the start station and ensure that it matches up to the position of our polyline. So first of all, make sure that you've got Use Pass-Through unchecked, and where it says Start Station, click on the little picker tool. If you zoom in, you should be able to use your CAD snaps to snap onto the position of the end of that green polyline. Once you've done that, you'll need to click on Create Update Alignment. And in the drawing environment, depending on how far you've zoomed in, you may need to use the zoom tool to zoom out a little bit more. You should be able to see that our alignment marries up to the position of our polyline. Now we're going to focus on how we can create the cul-de-sac string.